So today, second episode of Engaging Conversations. It's me and Reece Hall today, Profile One Management. It's a very, very, very good conversation to have today. So yeah, I introduce you to Reece.
Thanks for having me, bro.
What are you saying, my brother?
Nothing much, man. Just work, lockdown.
COVID's crazy, innit?
Yeah, man. To be fair, it's not been too bad to me, to be honest. I mean, it hasn't really affected my business that much. I mean, my clients, obviously, we've got funds under management, which have obviously taken a bit of a drop, but everyone understands that it's out of our control.
Tough times, isn't it?
Yeah.
So introduce yourself a little bit more. What do you do? Profile One Management, what do we do?
Yeah, Profile Management. So we're industry leading wealth management company. We specialize in helping athletes in general.
Okay.
I mean, they tend to have short career spans, so we need to improve their efficiency and maximize their wealth, really.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, basically why I wanted Reece in this conversation is because how long have I known you now? What? Teenagers, no?
Yeah,
Tooting and Mitcham.
Literally, it's got to be.
I went to trial and Tooting and Mitcham and I saw this boy and I always remind him in this conversation, he's not a boy now, he's a man. But I always remind him about this day. It's the funniest story ever. So we just finished training. Everyone's packing their stuff away. He pulls out an iPhone. I'm talking, this is like 2004, like 2005, and kids from South London don't have iPhones. But this guy's got an iPhone. And to me, that it always resonated to me to say that you've got your head screwed on. It's not just because of the phone, but because of just how you are. That's why I like you, man. You're my guy for life, bro.
Yeah.
Because you just pattern. Because you know what it is? With COVID and all these situations that are happening, with George Floyd, this, that, and the other, people are not celebrating the black people that are actually going out there and doing things and working hard and actually making a difference. This is why I want Profile One Management involved in this conversation today, just to tell people that, listen, trust us, we can do the job. We're very, 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 very competent. When it comes to football agency, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to branding, we can do it. You know, you've seen episode one. Episode one, I sat down with Phil Ridgewell. We spoke, we had a great conversation about all of the business that we've done in the past, what I did wrong, what I did right. So today, you know, we're here, we're just having a discussion. So let everybody know a little bit more about who you work with, what you do, and how we can help each other and raise the culture.
Yeah, so obviously I've set up Profile Management. It's in association with Premier, where Premier is like a specialist employee benefits company, one of the biggest in the UK. They have a wealth management department, and luckily I know the owner of that company. So about 6 years ago, we had a conversation just when my football career wasn't really working out, and I just thought, you know what, I want to kind of venture out into a different area and kind of build knowledge and educate myself in a different field.
Where did you start in your football career?
So football career started at Crystal Palace.
Yeah, so
from under 10s to under 15s, I was at Palace. Went on to clubs like Barnsley, Southend, Barnet.
I remember you was at Barnsley. You was a Ruben Noble Lazarus, you know?
Yeah, I'm still friends with Ruben to this day. Yeah,
Ruben's a cool guy, man. And
Oh yeah, he's the youngest player to play in the Championship. He should have definitely should still be playing at them heights. I think he was at Rochdale.
But he had a few bad injuries, Ruben.
Yeah,
so slowed him down a little bit.
Yeah, he went to Rochdale and he's had some injuries, but I still keep in contact with him. I see him upload some videos of him still training hard in this time. So hopefully he can bounce back, to be fair, because he's a
Ruben's a good guy. Stonesy was at Barnsley. You were Stonesy?
Yeah, I was with Stonesy. He's obviously he went to Everton and then he went to Man City.
Man City, so it's a different career now, isn't it?
Gone clear, yeah. But the good thing about me is like going to all these clubs, whether it's on trial or if I signed, I always remained good friends with people. Yeah. So it's like when I look back now, I played in the same Tottenham team as like Harry Kane when I was there on training with them, or whether it was at Palace with Wilfred Zaha. All these players, it's just funny to see, and it's good to see like certain players, how their career, like you see it grow and you see them get to the heights. So yeah, man, as I said, like Profile One Management in partnership with Premier Wealth Planning. So yeah, basically it started about 6 years ago, and I stepped into the building. I had to start at the bottom, you know how it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't really take much notice of it. I mean,
is that Steve back there? Listen, sorry guys, Steve. I thought he was just outside. It's all right, no worries, crack on.
Yeah, so I just literally had to start at the bottom, work my way up kind of thing. But think after about a year of working there, I came up with the idea of Profile Management, and I approached the owner. I said, look, you lot offer a great financial advisory service to general wealthy people, chief execs of major companies, etc. I said, if we can give this level of detail to footballers, I don't think that they get that level of detail. I mean, the agency business is political.
It's cat and mouse.
Football is political, and I think like not a lot of people have players' best interest at heart.
No, never.
And they kind of like come and just take off.
Take.
I kind of sympathise with players sometimes. So what I done, I sat down with them and I said, look, can we adjust your model and build a model tailored to athletes? They've got a shorter career span. So it's like more immediate savings and investments rather than structuring it over the course of 40 years. We're structuring it over 10 years, 12 years. Do you know what I mean? Because that's a typical career of a footballer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to be fair, David Smith there, the owner, and Ian Gutteridge, who's a director, they worked with me extensively. Like, I'm talking
You've been working for him for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, 6 years. So I'd say 3-4 years of that, I was building a model, going through legals, sorting everything out, building my network. And yeah.
What is your network? Talk to me. You got the most extensive network I know. You're the Mr. Go-To man. Anything I need, I call you. You're the go-to man.
Your network's your net worth, man. That's been my motto since day one. So it's like, if the more people you know, I mean, like, I go out a lot, I network with people, I speak to people. And do you know what it is, right? Yeah. I was saying this to my boy the other day. You see, like, me personally as a person, I feel like I'm a good person in it. Like, I've not got no bad in me. So every person I meet, I have a good relationship with them. There's no one out there that can say, I dislike Reece for any reason. No
one. I can vouch for that myself.
I got to a stage where I was like, this being nice thing don't get you nowhere.
It doesn't get you nowhere.
But then, do you know what? When I launched this business, I realised it did come back and help me, because now when I reach out to footballers, whether I might have gone on trial at a club. Yeah. Like, for example, I went on trial at like Southampton. And
who was there? Shaw?
Luke Shaw was there.
James Ward. Shout out Isaac Naimi as well.
Went to school.
Shout out Isaac.
Like James Ward-Prowse.
Ward-Prowse, baller.
Yeah, people like that. Yeah. So I'm saying, like, by me just being like a genuine person amongst these people, no matter what stage of life I met them at, when I go back to them now and I say, look, this is my company, this is what I'm doing. I have straight away, I'm at a level of respect and trust of like here, rather than starting down here.
Because you know what, funny you say that, yeah. See me, how long have I been in the agency game?
Yeah, long.
No investors. On my own. No one helped me in this game. There's one man that helped me, Matthew Kleiman, shout out to Matt. Any contact that I ever needed, he mentored me, he took me through, and he just gave me a chance. But I find that, I'm gonna say it like this, some of the man them that play ball don't really want to come to a small agency like myself, because they don't feel like we're capable enough to do the job that we say we will. Whether you're in the Premier League, whether you're in Championship, whether you're playing in Brazil, if you're playing in Europe. Like, the network is extensive. Like, we can do any work in any league. Right. But the boys just say, oh, okay, that's my guy. Like, what does he know? What does he know? I'll go to the big boys. I'm not going to mention who they are, because they're not sponsoring. Shout out to Bollinger today, by the way. They're not sponsoring, so I won't give them the time of day. But it's difficult for me, because I have to then work 10 times harder to get a client of which I know I can do the best job for them. I'll give you an example right now. Talking to a player, it's at Stoke City, right? Was a Manchester City before, went to Wolfsberger in Austria. He's now back in the country. He's been there for a season. He needs a new club. He's one of the best left backs in the country. Facts. But guess what? The people that were working for him, because now he's obviously come to our agency now, weren't doing the right work. So you find that he's gone to Stoke City, he's earning less money, he's not, this is where you're important. Because as an African child, you know how it is. You don't work for yourself. You work for the whole family. So if your money is up here, and then you go to another club and your money is now lower, your bills are still up here. But your finances yourself that are in your pocket, it's not the same. It doesn't balance out. So how would you advise footballers and people in that kind of situation? What do you do? Because if you're earning 10 grand, let's say for example, and you go right down to say, let's say £1,000, but your bills are still £10,000 a week. How do you?
It's managing expectation. So what you got to say is like the typical footballer. So we've all seen the examples of footballers. And this is what my company's based on. We've got bankruptcy, depression, gambling addictions, drug addictions.
Gambling is massive, isn't it?
Alcohol addictions, depression, mental health issues. You've got all of these stuff, right? And it all stems from when they finish playing football. They go from there to here and they can't adjust. Or they go from here to there and their outgoings are still there and they go under. So the whole point is budget planning, like savings, investments, estate planning, inheritance tax planning. Like we have a full body service that protects them from going into this, because you would easily say the main factor in all of those things I just named is probably financial related. Financial is like the biggest burden to an extent. So if your finances are all in order, it just leaves you to have a healthy transition into retirement. And it's like, I've got players that range from 16 years old all the way up to like 35. So it's like, any time you come to me in your life, it's never too late, because we can always make changes. But I feel like another thing that I've just been working on, and I've enrolled it to a few clubs, and it's going to be taken off soon, and everyone will see it soon. But like, I'm teaching a financial literacy course. I've built my own syllabus. It's not only going to educate...
Don't play with this guy, you know. This guy is on his job.
It's not only going to educate the kids, but it's going to basically educate them, teach them all about finances, but I make it relatable to these people. So if I'm going into a football club to pitch it to the under 18s or the under 23s, it will be football related. So not only will I say, these are the tax brackets, etc., I'll say, I'll give football examples. So it'll be like, look, you're a player. If you earn this, because you know what footballers are like. They need to see it in front of them and break it down simple for them to understand. So that's what I do.
Can I just say something? Because you know what? That's a very important point, right? You got to remember, like, most real footballers are coming from places of poverty, because that's why they're so good at their sport. Because that's the only thing, that's their outlet. So they when they're stressed at home with family problems, what do they go and do? They go outside and play football. Because that's why they become so good at football, because they have no other option. So how do you explain to someone, let's say that's from Croydon or from Peckham or from Erdington in Brum or from Moss Side in Manchester, how do you now teach someone like that financial literacy, where they've never in their generation, in their families, 4 or 5 generations, never heard about anything to do with financial advice?
So this is the main reason in why I'm successful in what I do. Because as you tend to, everyone can understand that financial advisors typically, you have, if you think of a financial advisor, there's someone you have in mind.
St. James Palace, straight away. That's the first name that pops into my head.
St. James Place. No, but I'm saying in terms of as an individual, you think an older male, 50 years old, them kind of ages. When someone 27 years old that's grown up in South London and gone through everything you've gone through, and I've played football and now I'm educated in this field, and I sit down with you, I'm way more relatable. So when I sit down and talk to you about finances, and I give you real life examples. So when I speak to kids, I don't sit there all serious and say, invest that there, put that there. I don't do that. I say, look, like, we can do the serious stuff, but I also understand the need to enjoy your life as well. So I'll say, look, well, I'm not trying to take away enjoyment from your life, but we're just prioritizing. So when you get paid that,
you can't be taking, let's say you're on, because not every single footballer, by the way, is on 120,000. Some are on $4,000 a week, some are on 2, some are on 750, some are on 5 bills, some are on 200 G's a week. But they go and spend, let's say, 10 grand in a night, in a nightclub. But then ask them to invest in a business like Black Empire or something, say, listen, I'll flip the bread, I'll give it back to you. Because I'm talking to them like how they understand, and they can't fathom the fact that they have to give their boy some piece to invest into something, but they will go and spend 10K in a nightclub.
Bro, it's so tricky. See, dealing with footballers, after about a year, I almost gave up, because I was just like,
why?
Because I was like, their brains, how their brains work, do you know what? It took me, as I say, 4 years probably to understand how their brains work, because they don't function like normal human beings.
No, they don't.
And you have like people that don't want to speak about their finances with anyone, but they are struggling, but they don't want to. They don't want to come and speak to you about their finances.
It's man pride as well, you know.
Yeah, it's man pride as well.
It's man pride.
Exactly, and so there's so much different factors that you've got to take into consideration, and I think like it is a sensitive subject.
Very sensitive.
And you kind of have to build that trust and reputation. So you see, like, I'm in partnership with Premier. So when I break down Premier's facts, it's like, this is Premier. They've been going for 17 years. They've got 900 million funds under management. So when I put all these facts there, it's like you coming along with like a couple $100,000 to invest or whatever, like
it's
you're just joining.
change.
It's not, we're not a new company that's starting up and trying to, we're there established. So you coming along we help. We've got 1,300 clients.
Wow.
We help. We've got 1,300 clients. So when you come along, like, you're just another client. Do you know what I mean?
Course, yeah.
We help you more than you're going to benefit us. Yeah. So,
but that's the same. It's like, because obviously my situation is different because we've got Frank Godley, we've got SRV Sports Group, and we've got SRV Digital. SRV Digital is working right now. Like, this is us. This is not outsourced. It's not anything. This is us. We're doing it ourselves, and have been for how long? We've been doing this, Sam? Roughly 4 or 5 years. Yeah. No one knows this because we don't talk. I don't get in front of the camera. I'm usually behind the camera. But now, because of everything that's been happening lately, everyone keeps saying to me, look, you need to go talk about your situation. You need to go get the people around the table and give people some education about what we're really doing. Because at the end of the day, look at it this way, right? It's so difficult for me to go to a Jacob Mellis, for example, and say to, if I don't know him, and say to him, brother, I can get you the best contract. Not because this, but I can get you the best contract because I know what you deserve. But not saying Jacob will do that, but 9 times out of 10, the people will be like, oh yeah, you know what, okay, cool, I'll mess with you, but I'm not too sure. Then they go and sign with a completely different agency, right? And then they get shit money from that agency, but they just don't want to put money into my pocket, for example. But I'm doing a better job than where you're going. Like, that's the narrative we've got to change. Which is why I wanted you to come here today to have a conversation, because you know yourself that it's so difficult to have a conversation with one of your brethrens or one of the man them or whatever you want to call them. It's difficult. I say to them, listen, don't go for this agency. Have you not seen what they've been doing to people's careers? Come over here, we'll look after you, we'll get the job done properly. And I'll fight for you to the death. But to have that conversation with the boys sometimes is very difficult because they don't want to listen, and then they come back to you 2-3 years later and say, I should have listened to what you said.
I've encountered that many times. Players who haven't come on board, gone with like a different investment company or whatever, and then come back to me months later and say, oh, this investment ain't doing what they said. I'm just like, I told you that. But I don't write that whole relationship off. I say, look, come, let's fix it. Do you know what I mean? Because that's the type of person I am. I'm not here to be like pointing fingers and stuff. Yeah, of course. So yeah, as you said, man, it's hard to have the conversations with your friends, but I let my friends know, look, I'm going to use our friendship to get you in front of me in the office. And then once you're in the office, forget our friendship. It's business now. You see me in a suit, just know that it's business. And if you want to have a go at me because something ain't right, you can have a go at me. You can say that, If you need work done urgently, you can speak to me however you want, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to jeopardize our friendship. So I'm never going to, people know the type of person I am. I'm not going to bring... You've never let me down, you know. Out of all the friends that I've got in my whole life, I could swear down, there's about 4 people that have never let me down one day. And you're one of them. Not one day have you let me down. But I take great pride in that. So like you saying that, and people saying that about me, I take more pride in that than earning. If you turn around and say, oh, I could earn 500 grand tomorrow, or I can have you and... We want a bit more, man. We want a bit more. 100 other people, No, we want about 5 M's, bro. We want about 5 M's, If I could have you not turn around and say, look, like, you've never let me down, like, you're the guy, I'll take that all day long. And that's how I live my life. Regardless of any business, friendship, whatever. Like, I just want to do right by people. People know me as, you're a good person, you've got good intentions. And that's it, solely, that's it. It's crazy, bro. We've been literally having these conversations for years. How many years? Years, bro. And we're here doing what we said we would do. Bro, because talking is one thing, actually doing it is another thing. Which is why I pump with pride when I see whatever you do. Every day you post something up, I'm like, go on, Reece. Like, I buzz, like I pop a buzz. I'm like, let's go, let's more. That's because you remember when we was in, where was your house? Between Mitcham and Sutton in the box room. On the computer. Oh my God, I forgot about that day. You know, what was that's like 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Like, do you know what I mean? Just trying to build stuff. Exactly. We've always had that mentality that we want to build and own our own stuff from kids. From day one. Yeah, exactly, bro. So even though I had to go in and essentially work for someone to get to where I needed to, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes. No, but you know, this is why I respect your situation, because you went and worked for a company and got the experience. So you was getting your checks every single month, but also learning. Whereas me, I tried to get a job.
I couldn't get a job.
Bro, I'll say now, yeah, on camera, it was the hardest thing ever, bro. Because I didn't need the money, yeah. So I wasn't working because I needed the money, yeah. My financial situation was fine, but I was working. So imagine this, yeah. All the money that I was getting paid for doing my day job, yeah. I was putting it aside into building the company on the side, yeah. But the owner of the company knew what I was doing and he was happy to help me, yeah. So I'm pumping my whole paycheck every month that I get from here. I'm like, all right, I'm putting it all into there, yeah, because I feel like I'm just recycling.
Yeah, recycling. Yeah.
Then the hardest part about it was, yeah, you know, at our age of like 17, 18.
Bro, let me tell you something, yeah.
We was
from the age of 18 to 25. Don't ask me any questions about what happened between that period, because I'll tell you what I did. I went partying every single day. Aura, what a spot, by the way. Yeah, my God.
We was I
want that place back. I want them to open up the gates again to Aura. Let's go. Now, I love that
But you
place.
know how, like, growing up where we're growing up from, there was untold opportunities to make money, like untold. So whatever we was doing, we was making money, we had money. So to now go into an office and work for
somebody else
for 20 grand a year when you're used to making
that in 2 weeks,
that in a month or something. Just so it's like,
it's alien, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. And you got people now, like, you've gone in at the bottom, everyone's above you, looking down on you, and you're like,
you can't talk to me like
bro,
this.
It's mad. I'm like, you could have never speak to me outside this office like this. Do you know what I mean? But you got to bite your tongue, yeah, because I had a bigger picture that no one knew about.
Yeah, I know.
And then it was even mad because, like, remember, I was still living my life at the times, at the beginning times of working as well. So I would be in Liberty till 5 a.m. on a Sunday night and then go into the office on
Next
Monday.
day.
I'll go home, I'll sleep for like an hour and a half, wake up, shower, and go into work for a whole day.
It's the same. It's like today. Like last night, I was watching the Arsenal game. That was weird. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
Just no fans, and it was so silent. Like, it was so silent.
I don't know how I feel about that, man.
So I had a few beers or whatever. But look, I drove all the way from Manchester today.
Yeah.
I'm here.
But the worst thing is, I was in them, as you know me, I don't drink. So I'm in the clubs, I'm just building up relationships.
Yeah.
Building up relationships. Like now, the owner of Libertine, he's my friend.
I know.
James is my friend.
Yeah.
The players that go to Libertine, my network now spans
tell James we need to do some podcasts.
Like,
you know, we need a venue.
Players.
You know, we need a venue. You know, if he wants to, you know, have a conversation, innit?
I can sort that out.
Yeah, we'll pattern. But yeah, no. This is honestly, like, I want to do more of this because when one of my friends, I-Beam, she dropped me a message. My missus told me the same thing. She was like, "Oh, listen, you need to go out there and say your story because I feel like it's going to help a lot of people.
Yeah. Because
you just know so much, you've been through so much, and the circles 100%. That you're in, you need to use the network, not in a user way, but use the network to help others.
Yeah.
So she's the one who prompted me to do this, and my friend I-Beam texted me. She's in Thailand.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Everything that's going on in the world right now, this is your chance now, son. Like, you need to crack on and you need to get the boys together and you need to go out there and share your story and make a difference." So that's what prompted this, and we're here today.
I'm completely the same. Like, you know me, speaking in front of cameras, public speaking.
I'm not used to this.
Neither am I. It's never been me, yeah? So people will say to me, like, the other day, I think you just saw it last month, I launched my company, I've done Instagram Live.
Oh, mate, that was great.
And
that was unreal.
If you think, I would never have done that in my life, yeah? And people are saying, why are you launching it? Like, why are you launching your company now? And it's been running for a year. And it's like, I've been running for a year based on referrals. So I speak to my friends, they sign up, their friends sign up, they introduce me, and it's just been going smoothly. Now it's like, all right, my friend Reece, he was like, put it to the world, like, put it out.
What, Reece Hall?
Yeah, Reece Hall, same name.
Reece Hall, yeah. Shout out Reece, by the way.
So he was like, yeah, put it out to the world, man. Like, so spoke about the live.
I always messed it up, you know, because they got the same name. So I'll pick up my phone and I'll
call
Reece.
Him the other day.
So I'll call Reece and he's like, "Hello?" I'm like, "Hawley, what's going on?" He's like,
"Nah,
it's not Reece, it's the other Reece." I'm like, "Oh my days, Hawley, I love you, you know. I said this to you. I said, I'm so sorry, but I have to separate your names now because I always get confused. But shouts out to you. You're doing big things in the music industry. Keep going." That's what I'm going to say to you about that. Keep going.
Yeah, no, he's doing big things, to be fair, man. But yeah, he said, put it out there to the world. And bro, I didn't sleep the night before. I was like, oh my God.
Panicking.
I'm going on Instagram
Anxiety.
Live. I'm like, yeah, bro, you look at my Instagram. I've never even like took a selfie video, like talking to a camera ever in my life. So I'm like, how am I'm gonna do this, blah, blah, blah. And it was mad, but the success was crazy. Like the feedback.
No, but it was well planned. It was so well planned.
It was well planned, but a lot of things was off the cuff. People think that I spoke to like Will beforehand or the day before and said, "Come on live." I didn't. Like while we was in the live, it was like I saw him comment and I was like, "Yeah, you coming on?" And he just come on, and it was all natural and like big him up as well because he gave me the co-sign, and he's coming to the office firsthand and seeing how we work and stuff. So he's a big part to play.
Shout out Wilf. Last time I see Wilf, crazy. He told me I want to play in the Premier League. That's how long I have not seen Wilf, you know.
Man.
He said I want to play in the Premier League. That's when Palace was still in the Championship.
Yeah.
And me and Melis, we just said, bro, come on, man, relax. Shouts out Sean Scannell as well. Scams was there.
Is it?
We all looked at him like, bro, are you being for real?
Yeah.
Look at him today.
Bro, one of the best out there, bro.
One of the best out there.
To be fair.
But it's one of those things.
Yeah, nah, bro.
It's one of those things.
Sometimes you got to like take the leap of faith in it and step out of your comfort zone and
you have to
let everyone know what's going on because, as you said, man, even down to a guy that came on my live, Mark Overy. I don't know if you saw him, but he's head of year 11 at Forest Hill High School.
I did see that. Yes, I did.
Even like him, like that's just someone that I just randomly met. Told him my business, and he said, "Oh, like I'm the head of year 11. I've got some boys in my year that play for like Tottenham and Millwall, Charlton, and a few other clubs." But he said like they're just bad kids, badly behaved, they're getting a lot of trouble. Can you come and speak to them? And I was like, again, like who am I to come and speak to kids and guide them? Like I'm not no one. But then I went and done it because he was on me to come and do it, and I've done it. And bro, I changed 6 kids' lives. Like they openly look at me and say, "You changed my life," and their whole mindset's changed and that. So shout out Mark because we've actually set up a foundation. Yeah. That's going to be enrolling soon, Profile One Foundation, and the whole point behind that is not only are we going to be educating, providing mentor services, educating students on finance, on their finances, but we're also going to be just acting like mentors, guiding them through. And then all my clients that I have as financial advisory clients on my wealth management side, I'm allowing them the opportunity to give back to their local communities through my foundation.
Of course, so, makes perfect sense.
If you're Zib from Birmingham, you can approach me and say, look, I want to give back to my school in Birmingham. And it'll come through my foundation.
That's what we're doing in the Black Empire. Like we put some money into Gianna Floyd, George Floyd's daughter, and we sold a certain amount. Then we're making the next donation this week. We're keeping it going, and we've been doing it. Frank Golly's been donating money to charity causes since 2016. 2016. Thing, and the thing is, Frank Golly was never started because I wanted to align myself with peas and be one of these king of the hills, say I've got a fashion company or I've got this. I started it to give people opportunities where, let's say for example, you might be a model. You might want to be a model, for example, but you don't have enough money to start a portfolio. You don't have enough money to go to this person or to that person. But you come and work for Frank Godley and you do a shoot, there's your portfolio there. I might not be able to physically pay you cash, but because I know how good I am in my branding, I'll give you the best product you'll ever get. And that's what we did, and we did it for so many years. So many people, they've come through the brand and they've gone clear from the portfolio that they've had.
Bro, they've
gone clear.
When you naturally like create something, not for chasing money. So like say for instance, my company's set up to help people, not for me to get rich. I'm alright, I'm fine, like I'm completely fine. But when you're driven to just help people, it will naturally succeed because it's all organic and it's all genuine. And when it's like that and you're focusing on providing a great service rather than the money, it will always work out, bro. It will always work.
So who are your top 3 footballers that you think have invested money well, like from as a wealth perspective? Because I know the ones that I think have done fantastic.
So you got like the old schools like Robbie Fowler.
Definitely up there.
I would say Robbie Fowler. I would say Flamini. Yeah, bro.
Okay.
He's got a company that's like.
See, it's news. I'm learning something I didn't know. I'm learning something.
He went into all like oil engineering,
biochemicals and stuff.
Bro. And it's like he's got some company that's worth over $1 billion, bro.
Wow. So we need to put a B on the board ourselves, bro.
Yeah, that's just
it's
a whole
tough, isn't it?
It is, man. It is. It's
We're in the right industry, but the doors are not opening for us the way they should be. And I'm not going to blame the culture. I'm not going to say this because I don't have that blame mentality. But certain opportunities don't come our way. Whereas other people, they get the opportunity. We don't get the opportunity. For me to get a yes, I have to kick down 30 doors.
you know what it is though, bro? Yeah.
30 doors.
Do you know what it is
yes.
though? It's all about mentality, mindset, and your environment, yeah? And what I mean by that is, your Frank Lampards and John Terrys of this world, yeah? They're brought up and stuff like financial literacy and stuff, yeah? I think Andre Gray done an interview the other day and he touched on it, yeah, about upbringing, yeah? And he said it's down to parenting, but he's not blaming the parents, and I totally agree, because them kind of athletes,
she doesn't know no better. Like, it's the same.
You don't know no better.
It's the same as my mum. Like,
yeah, bro.
My mum is like the hardest worker in the entire world. She doesn't stop working. She's a workhorse, like.
Exactly, bro.
But then there's certain things that I say to her today, and I say, Mum, like, we got a pattern this way, we got a pattern that way.
She's like, nah.
She's not refusing. She just doesn't get it because she doesn't see that the world has changed so much. Bro. So it's like she's not being ignorant, but she just doesn't know certain things.
That's why I educate these kids, like with the proper mindset from a young age, and let them know how the world works. Because you're not taught it at school. Nah. You're not taught it at school. You're taught a load of rubbish at school that doesn't help you, bro. Like, other than the basic maths and stuff, like, nothing helps you. Like,
are you reading?
Do you know what? I read books, yeah, but I'm not gonna lie, right? Yeah, I've read all these books, yeah. Think and Grow Rich.
That's my favorite
Rich
book.
Dad Poor Dad. All these stuff, yeah, which they might have subtly influenced my mindset, but I'm not going to sit here and say my whole intelligence came from reading books, because it did not.
Street
knowledge. Then in terms of the financial world, like reading workbooks and taking exams, because you have to, and that's how you build up that knowledge. But I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, this book majorly influenced my life and changed my life, because none of them
Think and Grow Rich did that to me.
Did it?
I swear. If my boy came out of jail, innit? Yeah. And he told me he read the book in jail. Yeah. And the day he came out, he said, go and buy this book. I ran to Waterstones and Sutton, I bought it. I didn't even go on Amazon. I went to Waterstones and Sutton, I bought the book. Yeah. It sat 6 months just there catching dust. One day I must have had a bad day, something didn't go well. I just thought, you know what, let me open this book and see what my boy was talking to me about. Bro, I've never put it down since.
Yeah, no, it does get like that. And I completely hear where you're coming from. But obviously there's people in jail that read the Quran and it changes their life, and they turn Muslim when they come out. But it's everyone's got their own perspective on it, innit? But like me, I've got my goals in my head, innit? And it's like, that's where I'm going, that's where I'm gonna get to. Like, and that's always been my kind of motto, even with this company. Like 5 years ago, I sat there and I pictured today, and now today's here. And then I picture 5 years where I'm gonna be, and no doubt I'm gonna hit that.
By the grace of God, bro. But going back to what we're saying about the top 3 footballers that you know that are in this game, because we need to answer that question, because I know who I'm going to say. So you've got Robbie Fowler, Flamini, so you got one more.
Robbie Fowler sticks out because I know that he bought all these properties, and but that's what I was saying. That's why I went on to like the John Terry, Frank Lampards, because there's so many footballers out there that have invested well and they got property portfolios. I mean, Sky Andrew, who you would have saw on my live,
on your live,
he's told me like. He was Sol Campbell's agent, and Sol Campbell's got a massive
Jermaine Pennant
portfolio. Yeah. No, but people think that Sol Campbell's like, they see his interviews and that, and they think that he's just on banter. But bro, he's a serious guy.
I know
he's
very smart,
bro. Very smart.
Shout out Barrett Holmes.
He's made some big investments.
That's
what I'm saying. There's plenty you can choose from. They're the 2 that stick out in my mind. But that's what I was leading on to about. Some players, like these kids that grow up in South London and stuff, they're
no. Let's do it this way. We're South London people. The whole of London. Let's say it that way. The whole of London.
The whole of the whole of the thing. But obviously we're in South London, so we see who's around us.
No, I'm not in South London. I'm in Cheshire, bro.
Yeah, you've moved, man.
Because I had to up the sticks in it. I had to move because I can't deal with you guys down here, you know.
Yeah, no, but that, bro, their mentality, it's like, as Andre Gray said, it's like. If your parents are growing up thinking they don't know where their next
paycheck's
coming from, or how they're gonna put food on the table, they ain't got time to sit down and teach you about financial literacy in the world.
Of course not.
And like middle class people to upper class people, they're like, dads might be bankers, lawyers, all these professional jobs, and it's like they pick stuff up, sitting around the table, dinner. They're picking stuff up.
Of course,
Where like if your mum's like working in like Lidl's, and she's coming home, like. You're not getting taught that. So I want to be that support guy for all these kids coming through and be like, look, I'm going to guide you. So I've taken the football club approach, but I'm taking the individual approach as well. So I kind of get them at both ends. But it's like, they need to listen and take notes from early and know this is how you structure your life from a young age. Because, bro, you see these kids out there driving mad cars, mad watches, doing mad stuff, spending mad money in the clubs.
Getting robbed. I don't want to talk really, but I have to say it's true.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Because I spoke to a player the other day and they said, listen, I can't go certain places because I don't know whether I'm going to leave with my watch. I don't know whether I'm going to leave with my clothes. I don't even know if I'm going to have a car if I leave there. So I have to be super, super careful. Yeah. And these are all things that happen in this world and people don't ever look at. They say footballers earn X amount, but there's so much other pressures that they go through that people don't discuss.
Well, that's a good thing about my network. Again, as you say whatever you need, you call me and I can sort it. And that's the same thing how I work as a mentor for a lot of players. Where, we're specialists in financial advice. That's what we do. We're a regulated business that works in that industry, and that's our main drive. But at the end of the day, I have players call me about anything. I have players call me to book their holidays, to help them find a new car, find a new house, to help them find a new watch, to help them find whatever. They call me. Like, we're essentially, that's why we're just a management company. Like, whatever you need, we're going to help you. And we're not this company that's out here putting on mad commissions or overcharging you mad prices. Everything is for your best interest. So we make sure everything's reasonable.
But the three footballers that I think have done fantastic in my age group, right? Yeah. I'm going to start back to front because I was going to go number 1, 2, but I'm not going to get in order. This is not in order, by the way. This is just how I'd say Reece Hall, Manier Devoir, done very, very, very good work. Yeah. Very, very good work. Take a hat off to that guy. Like, I've got a brand myself. Like, that's competition to me. But at the same time, I have to sit at this table and say, fantastic job.
Yeah, he's done a madness, bro. Like, if you think about it, like,
he quit football. He just said,
he got to a stage and quit football. Like, do you know what? The only reason I didn't mention him, I didn't even think about him, to be fair, is because I was kind of thinking of like players that played football their whole career and then done smart investments and then retired and lives happily ever after in it. But as someone like what Reece done, bro, hats off, bro. Like, man went from earning, I don't know, like, where did he go to after?
He went to
Man City. He
went to Bolton. The last club he played for was Bolton.
Yeah, he was at another.
And they got
club,
promoted as well. So it was a successful season for him.
Yeah, he was at another club as well, man. But I remember, like, he was in, was it League One?
So League One,
What are you on, like a couple K a week? Yeah, bro. He's now putting up tweets that he's turning over like a million a month or something. Like. Yeah. You're never gonna earn that in football.
Another one. Big up. Shout out to Foodwell. I like the food over there, but you're closed at the moment because of obviously COVID. But
who's that?
Foodwell.
Right,
Danny Drinkwater. Yeah, Danny Drinkwater. Very, 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 very good move because everybody. Because I'm in Manchester, so I see where people go and eat. Yeah. And everyone on my story from Manchester,
they're at Foodwell, yeah.
They're at Foodwell.
So like obviously I met Danny around Christmas times, and Jaden, one of my friends, Jaden Gibbs.
Shout out Jaden, by the way.
Jaden.
You're next, by the way, Jaden. Make sure you come and sit over here, mate.
So Jaden hit me up one day and he was like, oh yeah, should we go to that Winter Wonderland? He's got to take Danny Drinkwater because he's got a concierge company. So I went with him. And I was speaking to Danny and stuff, and he was saying about this Foodwell, but I've just never been to Manchester. I've never been to it, so I've seen that he's opened it and stuff. Spoke to him about it, but
mate,
yeah, proper stuff.
Hats off. I like to celebrate people winning.
Yeah.
Like I just love it. Like I just love people being successful. Like I just love it.
Yeah, no.
Who's your third? My third one is a tight one. This one. Third one.
There's loads of people I could pick. That's
but I want it to be sort of like towards our generation, like towards our sort of age group.
It's hard though because no one might.
Emmanuel Frimpong, shout out Frimmy, fantastic.
With what?
Dench, living in Ghana, built a house, ground up mansion. Feet up, mate. Feet up, because he doesn't have to stress himself because he made sure that he looked after himself at a very, very early age.
Don't know, man. Like I'm talking like gone though.
Emmanuel Frimpong.
But in Ghana, like you can leave here not gone and be gone in Ghana.
But do you know why this is an important point? This is actually good that we're touching on this, yeah? Because why do we have to be, gone in England? Why can't we be gone in Africa? Why can't we be gone in Jamaica? Why can't we be gone in St. Lucia?
Yeah, but then I could easily turn around and say Wolf, because Wolf gives 10% of he's always given 10% of his salary to charity in Africa. His mum's in Ivory Coast, big house, driving Range Rovers. Like,
she's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
I was born in Africa, bro. So for me, maybe I have that bias to it, but for someone like Emmanuel to leave his country, come over here, play for Arsenal, play for Barnsley, play for FC UEFA in Russia, and then him to go back to Ghana.
There's hundreds of players that have done this though, that are in the same position.
He's gone.
We need people that stick out. Like,
he sticks out to me.
Flamini is a billionaire, bro, basically.
Emmanuel Frimpong is chilling at home, living large, and by choice, because you got to remember, he's what, 20, man, he's 27, 28.
Did you see that article on Alex Song?
Feet up.
Alex Song, did you see that?
I saw the article about
he said that he
the Athletic about Sami Nasri.
No, when he said that he went to Barcelona just for money because he's spending all his money. At Arsenal, he wasn't earning enough money. He was like spending it all. You see that article?
No, I've not seen it. Athletic.
Bro, that opened my eyes, man. No, he was at Arsenal and he's just saying, look, like...
No, I'm saying, was it in the Athletic?
No, it was in the Daily Mail.
Daily Mail?
And the Sun, all of them, yeah.
No, I don't mess with the Daily Mail.
And neither do I, bro, but someone, obviously people send me stuff, innit?
Yeah.
Anything, like, if you see any players, like, talking on any subject to do with, like, finance or anything like that, then people just send me stuff, innit? So I just read it. But I was seeing him and he was saying that he turned up to... I think he said he saw Thierry Henry driving a certain car. He went and bought that car, drove in. He said within 2 weeks he sold the car because he was saying the petrol was a madness.
Too much.
But like he was saying, like people thought, oh, like he plays every game for Arsenal. He starts every game. People are thinking he's a millionaire. He's like, I was nowhere near a millionaire. He's like, I just had a couple of grand, like
literally.
And he's like, I was a Premiership player. He said when Barcelona come in, there was no if buts, mate. I was gone because I knew that was my chance to become a millionaire.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm trying to teach players, like, even if you are on 5 grand, 10 grand a week, and you make smart investments.
You're earning more than the average man is.
100%, bro. And even if you're doing, if you're smart with it, bro, that's enough. It's enough. I'm telling you now, like, as I said, we've got over 1,000 clients, and the majority of them are like CEOs of companies. Like, to us, a high net worth client is like 100K, 150K plus, That's a high net worth client. A year. So if a player comes and says he earns like 10 grand a year, like 10 grand a week, sorry. You're way clear of our typical high net worth client. So 10 grand a week to you lot, like, might be not a lot because you're seeing players on 100, 200K a week. But bro, trust me, 10K a week it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, bro. And you could literally structure.
I had someone tell me they can't get out of bed for a certain amount of money. He said,
That's the mentality of
I can't get out of bed
this
for
new
that.
generation, bro.
He said, I can't get out of bed for that.
Yeah.
And I respect it because you got to remember when you're young and you've been in these academies and you're playing with these boys and you know yourself that you're better than this individual, but then that individual happened to have the right person behind him, went to the football club, spoke to them in the right way, and they got a better deal than you did because you went with a clown. That's the difference. So the depression now kicks in now. It's mental health now. Because he looks at himself like, how? I'm better than this guy. Like, and I've been picked in front of him all my career, but the person that was patterning my career wasn't doing the right job. And then depression kicks in, then the gambling starts, then it's now a domino effect.
But that's the thing, innit? Like, if we're doing budget planning with you, if one of our clients, for example, if we're managing your finances, remember, like, under FCA regulations, we cannot do anything without writing a suitability report. So you might come to us and say, I want to withdraw 50K to do this. We have to put this in a report and weigh up if it makes sense. So you can't come to us and say, I want to take out 20 grand, so I want to go and spin that on roulette.
No, you can't do that.
You know what I mean? So this is where we protect you. Like, you might hate us, but we're doing the right thing by you, bro.
Yeah, we're doing the right thing in the long run.
Like, we have clients that call us and they're like, obviously it's your money. If you really need access to it, and you can do what you want, but we obviously have to just cover off in a report whether it makes sense or not. So when you do come to us, say, I want 20 grand to do home improvements, cool, like, sign off, bang. But if you want to come and say, I just need 20 grand because I want to go
to the bookies or I want to go to the club,
I'm like, well, it's your money, so you can do what you want, but nah, I'm not signing it off, innit?
Of course,
you hold full responsibility for that.
It's crazy, innit?
Bro, it's mad.
We've learnt so much, ain't we?
Do you know what though? We've all made mistakes, innit?
Made plenty.
and we've all recovered from them, but some people don't recover from them, unfortunately. But
They
that's
don't.
why you live and you learn, and that's why we're here to help them.
But this is why we do this podcast. This podcast is nothing about showing off or this person's got this or this person's got that. We just want to have good conversations, share knowledge, because America, they are constantly throwing things at us 24/7. Podcasts, this. In the UK,
I'll tell you what, yeah, you see my business concept, it come from America.
so did mine.
Because mine, like, every athlete, yeah, has a financial advisor. And, like, they have, like, from college, like,
Because you got to go NCAA, you have to go through school.
Yeah, and the agents have to provide financial advice, and it's all regulated and it's all properly done. Properly done. Like, over here is a shambles.
Like, see CAA and them, like, big agency. I say this and I say it live on camera. I am Rock Nation Sports in the UK.
Yeah.
That's who I am. Facts. If people want to question me about that, come back to me in 10 years' time and we can go back to this and you'll see for yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm putting that out for people to know. I'm not going less than that.
Yeah.
So, Rock Nation Sports can come to England and take Lukaku, can take Reece James, can take Lauren James, can take all these people from us because it's Jay-Z.
Nah, they.
That's all it is. It's Jay-Z.
Yeah, no,
They have got such a great product, and they've put things together such a good way. That's
That's solid though. They got, obviously they're powerful, innit? They're powerful. Rock Nation.
It's Jay-Z.
It's Jay-Z, yeah.
It's Jay-Z.
That I don't think that's. It did to an extent, but obviously they come over. Big up my boy Vaz. He's the one that.
Vaz, my whole. What's going on, Vaz? Hey, shout out Vaz.
Vaz plug Rock Nation up with Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, and all them.
Shout out Vaz. That's the first man I see with Louboutins, you know.
Yeah.
Swear down. That's like I'm
Vaz
talking.
has been in West End for years.
For years. I'm talking. What year was this? This was like 2006 maybe.
Yeah.
Very rare at that time. Vaz was just it was Mayfair Hotel. He just had his feet up like this, and I said, "They're nice trainers." He said, "Yeah, they're Louboutins." You know, he was like northern accent.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, okay, they're nice. And then now everybody wears Loubs.
That's how it goes, man. To be honest, like, yeah, I've got pairs of Loubs, but bro, I can't really justify spending that much. When you get to a certain point in life where you're just like, it's not necessary, man. It's not necessary. Like.
So what do you think? Do you think I should have a bezel to get attention from players? Is it important?
No, of course it's not. But at the same time, certain watches are investments.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've had players who have bought a Patek, Rose Gold Patek 60k, and within a year it's now worth 100. Like,
but it's different because me, I can't spend money on a watch. No. I've got family in Africa, bro. Like, for me to spend 20, 40, 50,000 on a watch, to me, that I've got family that they'll
obviously it all depends.
They will be calling me and saying, "What do you think you're doing?" Like, I can't do that.
It depends on your financial situation. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, the bread's there, but I can't do that because they're not going to be happy. They're not happy. Like, if I buy a watch that's like, that expensive, and fam in Africa ain't got what they need every single month, I can't do that.
It's up to you though. Some men like tea, some like coffee, some like smoking, some like gambling, some like drinking.
Yeah,
me, I don't.
Shout out Bollinger again, by the way. Keep them coming.
I don't drink, bro. I don't drink alcohol.
To be fair, I actually never seen you drink, you know.
I don't drink alcohol. I don't take drugs. I don't do nothing.
Justin, where you at? Where's Justin?
If I buy a watch, then
Justin.
That's my thing, innit?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Justin, hey, listen. Take a glass, my friend. Because Reece says he doesn't drink in it, so I'm gonna give you the glass.
Why?
Say toast in it. Toast to my guy J Love. Calm. But let's get back to it. What you saying? So yeah, nah.
Like he has drank.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'll put it back in.
Yeah, he wants to put it back in there because he's gonna drink this later innit? Don't worry about that. But yeah, nah, keep this in, Sam. I like this because we're natural over here. We're not gonna try force anything. We're not trying to be too perfect. We're just gonna show you how we live. This is it. Like, yeah, simple and straightforward as that. But talk about tables now. That is the worst football expenditure in the world. I don't agree with it because I'm talking about the watches. To me, seeing somebody spend 10, 15, 20k on tables or even $3,000 a night on a table, it makes my stomach turn.
Yeah.
Do you know what $3,000 can do on a table? Do you know how many people you can feed with that money?
100%, bro. And I educate them on this at the same time. And I understand you need to have fun. But all I can do, I'm not going to tell a footballer you can't go out, yeah, because you can do what you want essentially in it. But all I would say is, again, it's just being connected in the right way. So as I say, I'm friends with these nightclub owners, and when you're a friend with them, you have a relationship where if James from Libertine if I call James from Libertine and say I want a table tonight, it's there you go, Reece. There's no minimum spend because of the relationship I've built with him. Where they see a footballer and it's like, right, well, Premiership, 5k minimum. And then footballers are like, yeah, okay, it's like a pride thing, ego thing. Yeah, 5k is nothing. I'll drop 5k. But when you sit down and explain it to them, like, you're just...
I still can't fathom it. Keaton, what do you think about that? It's crazy, isn't it?
It depends.
Shouts at Keaton, by the way. Shouts out to Keaton.
It depends how you're getting it, to be fair, innit? If you're on like 100, 200k a week and you want to go and spend 5k, then that's your thing, innit? But obviously, I'm not going to say I don't agree with it because I go out and enjoy myself.
You're out every day, man.
No, I'm
every
networking,
single
though.
day.
I'm networking, bro.
Every day you're out.
But I would say, look, go out and enjoy yourself, but just be reasonable, man. Like, don't if you're only taking home 20k a month, don't blow 15k a month in a club. It's common sense. Do you know what I mean?
So what do you say? Like, how do we? I know people that will listen to this conversation, watch it. What would you take? What's your takeaway from this? Like, what would you say to people that are in similar circumstances to you, similar environment from you, that are trying to ting, as they would say in the ends, trying to ting? What would you say to people that they need to really double down? Because I've got my version of that.
But what as in like clients or as a business person?
As a business person, because you've got to remember you represent the ends. So people look at you and they emulate stuff that you do, believe it or not. So what would you say to them? Like,
I'll say number one, don't get drawn out. Yeah, that's the first thing.
Don't get
drawn out, bro. Because you know what? Yeah, like growing up where we grew up from, we can all go down that path. Everything's accessible. We can go down that path. We can make money that path, and we can do that.
Yeah, of course.
The typical young black kid from South London goes that way. So what we're saying is, bro, like if you've got a dream and you've got ambition and there's something you want to do, be patient. Be patient, because as I said, this took 5-6 years to build, and in that 5-6 year period, I could have got drawn out a lot of times, and I could have gone and made way more money in that period of 5 years, but I didn't. And
you stuck to your guns, innit?
I stuck to
do
my
you know
guns,
how
and
difficult that is to
bro,
do?
It's hard. People don't understand, bro.
I have this conversation with my mum all the time, you know. I'm like, you're lucky, you know, sometimes, man. Do you know why? I say because I could have been everything, and I chose to go the hardest path. And sometimes you want to criticize me when I am the, you know, when we go to like family barbecues, this, that, and the other, they're like, your son, absolutely fantastic. One of my cousins got shot in the head in Croydon, bro, dead.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, as I said, man, you can just go left, bro. You know my situation, how I was born and raised. Like, I was in the mud. I was in the thick of it. Do you know what I mean? Every people that see me now, they say, like, I don't know how you maintain mentally strong to go down the right path. But it's just having morals as a human person, integrity, and kind of sticking to your guns and saying, look, I want to make a change in it. Like, if we make 10 million and then we die tomorrow, like, what are you remembered for? Do you know what I mean? And if the money is irrelevant, when you come to a certain age, you realize like money, materialistic things, everything's irrelevant, bro. It all depends on your legacy, like what you leave behind. What do people think of you? Like, what change have you made in your time on earth, innit? And I feel like within like a couple of years, people will see the change that I've made in this industry, and obviously I'll get to the heights, and the money will come. Like, I don't care about the money. The money will come.
I'm the same when it comes to
my thing's like, in a year's time, when people turn around and say, I'll be able to showcase you over 100 clients and say, look, these are 100 active footballers that I've changed their life. Job done. And
it's crazy, bro, because at the end of the day, you remember Carl Shorten in that small box room, my little tiny room, bro.
Room was the size of this island,
bro. This room is the size of that. It's the size of the whole downstairs of the house.
Bro,
do you remember how small that room was?
Bigger, bro.
Yeah, bro. It was so small, and what was we doing? We was trying to pattern. And look at us today.
No,
this is why we're here today, chilling,
bro.
Having a conversation, trying to educate people. If that's what people want to take from this, education, cool. If you don't want to take that, that's fine. It's not a problem with me. But
big up the people that want to learn, though. You know,
it's gonna get to the right person who needs to listen to this.
Yeah, 100. Because when I done my Instagram live, I had not only did I have like clients contact me for help. I had like random people who are kids,
Yeah.
18, 19-year-old, messaging me on Instagram saying, hi, my name's blah, blah, blah. I'm 19 years old. I've just finished college. I really want to become a financial advisor. Can you give me any tips? And I can sit here and show you the messages, bro. I replied with full-on paragraphs explaining every detailed section of what they need to do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because, well, as I said, it's all about helping people. I will help anyone, bro.
I would help anyone, but I'm stopping to do that though. Because I don't have the energy no more. I'm getting old, bro. I'm like, look at me, man. Have you ever seen me look like this? It's the stress of business. You know, business is stressful.
Bro, you're telling me, bro. I'm surprised. I'll be going grey soon, bro.
Bro, look at me, man. No one's ever seen me as chubby as I am now, but the next podcast, you know, I'm gonna trim down as we do more.
You got the lockdown belly going on, yeah?
Huh?
Lockdown belly.
Nah, this is not lockdown. I had it before lockdown. Before, bro. So every podcast, it's just gonna, you see it. It's just gonna go down. You know, we look like an action figure again. But it's good to have you here, Mr. Reece Hall. But listen, it's been fantastic, guys. Listen, keep tuning in. Love.
Big up.
Calm.